Hello, all you beautiful souls, and welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. It has been a while since I have done a video like this. The last video I did was me singing Pia Jesu, which is a requiem written by Andrew Lloyd Webber. It was actually, he wrote that devoted to his, I think, father who passed away and some other people who passed away, which has to do with giving people rest. And that song was coming through me a lot with watching all the news about what's going on in the Middle East. There's so many people dying, so many souls going over to the other side and crossing over to the other side right now in mass quantities. And this has always been an ongoing thing throughout history since after the fall of Atlantis, with just continuous wars and destruction and people passing over. It's just an ongoing thing. But I wanted to sing that song because it brings healing, and it's all about helping the souls to go over to the other side. So today I am talking to you about a happier subject, a more exciting, more wonderful, amazing, awesome subject, and that is the subject of manifestation. Manifestation. I also want to point out before I start talking to you about this, that YouTube took down another one of my videos. It was my women's Ascension roundtable. It's like, give me a freaking break. We were talking about Ascension, and it was with a whole group of ladies. We had Jenny Lee on there. We had Salini, I believe. We had a whole bunch of ladies on that women's Ascension roundtable. They took it down. They said it broke their standard, their community rules. I'm going to ask you all to do me a huge favor. Down below in the description is a link to my Rumble channel. Please subscribe to my Rumble channel, okay? Because every video I make here goes over to there. And the ones, if they were to take this channel down, then I will be just over there only. And don't put in the comments, have you gone to this channel and that app and this company and that company? I don't have the time. I'm very, very, very busy helping people all day long. I do not have the time, and I don't have somebody that can do the media stuff for me. So, I am just on just the one thing. I can only focus on one thing at a time. And it's really lovely that I really appreciate you all so much that you care enough to put in the comments all the time, try this and try that. But honestly, I don't have the time, and I don't have the bandwidth, honestly. The stress level is already, at a certain level, and putting more and more apps and, post here, post there. I'm already on so many different social media outlets. I have a Signal group. I have a group I run on Facebook, a private group, which if you're not in it, please request to join. It's Spiritual Growth Journeys on Facebook. We've got 4,000 plus people in that private group of mine. And that's a place where you will actually see all of my spiritual posts and posts from other people as well. It's a great place for me to keep in touch with all of you on Facebook. I've got that. I've got my regular wall. I'm trying to kind of do an Instagram a little. I haven't had enough time to put into that either. I've also haven't had much time for my Truth Social account at all. And then I have an account on, trying to think what's the other one? Telegram channel, Spiritual Growth Journeys, or Kimberly Palm. I've got 2 channels on there. And I just don't have enough time in the day for all these, and I don't have the bandwidth in my brain to deal with it. So, maybe someday in the future, I'll have a multimedia manager that can do this, but it's not something I can afford to hire right now at this time. So it's just not possible. So I'm doing the best I can with what I have and my one little brain and my one little head. So, and my time, whatever time I have. So I just wanted to point that out to you. So please go and subscribe to my Rumble channel, because if this one gets taken down, then you're not going to see my videos unless you're over on Rumble. And it gets closer and closer because they're constantly threatening me here on YouTube. If I could create a class action lawsuit, I would, but I don't have the time to do that either. So I don't. If I was somebody who had more time on my hands and I had the money to hire a good attorney, I would definitely consider doing a class action lawsuit. But But at this point, it's no bueno for me. So, all right, here we go. We're going to talk about manifestation. So first, I'd like to share my manifestation story with you all, because storytelling, for me, I don't like to talk about myself. In fact, I'm somebody who I do not enjoy talking about myself. However, I will tell stories of experiences I've had in my past as a way to teach others lessons, or to prevent people from making mistakes. If I did something stupid that I don't want people to do, that I will tell about it, because I want to help people. I use the stories to help people. So it's not that I'm trying to sound my horn or toot my horn or anything like that. Not at all. I do not like to just talk about myself. I only do that when I have a reason to do it. Okay. So right now I'm going to talk to you all about my manifestation experiences. So starting all the way back when I was probably in my 20s, I have taken all sorts of manifestation courses. I did Tony Robbins stuff. I did Bob Proctor stuff. I read all kinds of books. I read Neville Goddard books. I read The Secret. I read Abraham Hicks. I did all these. I did some of their courses. I've done so many manifestation classes from coaches, like life coach people and spiritual people, where I've taken their classes over the years. And every time I would take their course and do what they told me to do, I would fall on my face and I would epically fail. I never manifested a damn thing with any of their courses. And to make matters worse, what I found out, the biggest problem with their courses is they give you a tiny bit of information in the course. They make a big hoopla out of it and a big deal out of just a few little tidbits of info, but they don't give you the full ice cream sundae. So it'd be like they give you the ice cream, but then they don't give you the toppings. They don't give you the sauce, the nuts, the cherry, and the whipped cream. So what they do instead is it's more their manifestation programs. A lot of these people, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are an upsell. It's a promo, really. It's really all just a giant promo that you take away one or two little nuggets of info. And then in order for you to have the whole ice cream sundae with the cherry on top and the whipped cream and the nuts and the hot fudge and caramel and all of it, they want you to pay them $5,000 or $3,000 or do private coaching with them. That's thousands of dollars for a whole year just to get it. So what I have done over the years is I have researched and tried different things out on myself. And then I downloaded from the boss his ideas for manifesting. I worked with him because I'm very stubborn. I don't go to him unless I have to. So I only go to him if I just can't find the answer anywhere myself. Okay. Because I love to research. I enjoy researching. I have a blast researching. It's probably one of my biggest hobbies that I do is researching. So I will research and research and research every kind of manifestation technique. And over the years, what did I find out? Well, manifesting techniques go all the way back to ancient Hindu and Buddhist times. They've taught them in there. Yes, Yeshua taught them himself throughout the Bible. There's some little spatters of teaching. And there's all kinds of cultures that have taught manifesting techniques. It's not just the New Age thing. Now, what the New Agers have done, this New Age movement has done over the last 20, 30 years, is they stole old techniques from people going all the way up to the early 1900s with Neville Goddard, who was teaching a lot of manifestation stuff in the early 1900s. They stole his stuff, and then they stole ideas from Yeshua, biblical ideas from on manifesting, ancient Buddhists and Hindu stuff on manifesting, a lot of different things that they, I think even Lao Tzu with the Tao Te Ching even taught some ideas that had to do with manifesting. There's been so many different teachings over the centuries and over the last 3, 4, 5,000 years. Even in ancient Egypt, they were teaching manifesting. It was part of the ancient Egyptian mystery schools. So these New Agers have stolen little bits from here and there and put together their thing but they don't give you the full ice cream sundae. And even if you do the coaching with them, because I even followed through and did further work, it still didn't help me manifest. Why? Because they weren't teaching the proper things, and they were missing the boat in a lot of different areas, Okay. And one of the biggest ones, let me share one big one for you. And this is going to piss off a lot of people. And I don't give a flying leap if I piss you off or not, because I'm not here to make buddies with you and tell you what you want to hear. That's not why I'm here. I am not on earth to just patronize you and only tell you what you want to hear. I am here as a teacher. I'm here just like Yeshua, and his ideas were not wanted or liked by a large percent of the population, and then they crucified him. They do the same to me. They don't like me. I have people who attack me because they don't like what I have to say. Why? Because I speak my truth. I always stand in my truth. So one of the biggest things, and this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers, and again, I don't give a flying leap if you like this or not, but this is the honest to God's truth. The word abundance, the new age manifestor people that are teaching this, your Bob Proctors, your Abraham, all these people keep saying, making you say, I am abundant. I have so much abundance. I'm so grateful. I have tons of abundance. The universe fills me with abundance, and all these statements that they make about abundance, abundance, abundance. Guess what? They are wrong. They are missing the boat, and they are actually harming you. Every time you listen to them, they are harming you. Now, some of these beings are malevolent. Some of these people are that are out there that are teaching some of these concepts are infiltrated by dark entities and dark beings, or they signed a agreement with the Illuminati or something like that. And they are purposely teaching wrong information to harm you, because that's what they want to do. They want to harm you. When you say abundance, first of all, let me rewind. I'm going to rewind here. Everything that you speak into the universe out of your mouth and everything you think becomes reality. This is part of what we call the quantum system, or the energy field, the field of energy that we're all connected to. The universe takes everything that you say out of your mouth seriously, and you have to specify, you have to be specific with what you want. Every time you want to manifest something, and this is teaching you some very basic things. When you are trying to manifest, you have to be extremely specific down to the littlest, tiniest detail. Like, I wish my hair would be a beautiful, brilliant red that had purple undertones and a little blue and a little orange and a little this. And I mean, you have to be very, 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 very specific, right down to the tiniest little detail. When you say what we call broad or general terms out of your mouth, like the word abundance, which is a really, really broad, generalized term. When you say, I have an abundance of everything, or I'm abundant, what are you really telling the universe? I am abundant. I am so grateful. I'm attracting abundance, right? You say that, that's what the biggest one they teach you is, I'm so grateful. Or I am always attracting abundance, or I attract abundance. They make you say that over and over. It is the most dangerous thing. I'm going to say cancel, cancel, cancel to the universe right now, because I spoke that out of my mouth. Always cancel, 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 cancel. When you just say abundance, guess what you're going to receive, my dear friends and family, my dear soul family out there? You're going to receive an abundance of trouble, an abundance of grief, an abundance of misery, an abundance of death, an abundance of destruction, an abundance of poverty, an abundance of starvation, an abundance of murder and crime and this and that and horrible things and bankruptcies and blah, 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 and on and on and on and on. Get my drift? I hope you all get my drift. The thing is that you are speaking a generalized term, abundance. Abundance of what? Okay, it's kind of like when this guy here, my boss, Yeshua, when he said to me, and one time I was praying out loud and I said, God, and he goes, which God you praying to, Kimberly? And I was like, I didn't know. And that there's a specific, and he said, yeah, there's all sorts of these demigods. You got Loki and Thor and Zeus and Apollo and Lakshmi and Kali and all these on and on and on, and Thoth, and you name it, Isis and Ra, and which God are you praying to? Which is why I'm very specific, and I say, Mother, Father, God who made my soul, or I say Mother, Father, Prime Creator, or the one true Prime Creator that made everything. Because you want to be specific. You don't want to say that generalized term because it gets you in trouble. So it's the same with the word abundance. It's a very generalized term and it covers a lot of bases. So when you are trying to manifest an abundance, you want to be specific and say, I am manifesting, experiencing, attracting, creating an abundance of love, an abundance of wealth and prosperity. And you have to even be more specific with the wealth and prosperity as far as where is it coming from? Because, and this is my favorite story I love to tell, there was a person who was doing this manifesting and was trying to manifest $1 million and said, I would love to have $1 million, whatever. That lady's husband passed away and had $1 million life insurance policy on him, which she didn't know he had that, but he did. She got her $1 million, but her husband died. So you even have to specify, where's this money coming from? Where's this coming from? Now, and I'll tell you in a minute how you even tune it in, how you're going to have a chance to be able to fine tune all of this and work on this with my help. I'll tell you in a minute about that. But for now, when you say I have an abundance, you need to say, I am grateful. I'm attracting an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of peace, an abundance of good health. And you don't even want to say health. You want to say good health. That's specific, because again, the word health is very general, or health could mean just about anything. So you want to say good health. That's really important. I am experiencing an abundance of good health. I attract good health. I attract an abundance of good health. I am so grateful. I have an abundance of joy, peace, prosperity, love, friendship, friends and friendships. And that you even have to get more specific on the friendships too, because you can have an abundance of shitty friendships with people who are 3D, who criticize you and yell at you and tell you you're a crazy anti-poker and conspiracy theorist, and on and on and on. So you have to be careful with what you say out of your mouth and how specific you are. And I want to help you all with this. In fact, I want all of you, my biggest problem I have with my clients is all of my clients right now who are having financial problems, relationship problems, career problems, and health problems, but mainly the financial problems. I want to help you with all of those. The family, the house, the relationships, money, career, job, moving, all of the things that you want, everything you hope and you desire for. I have people who, when I post a picture that I went on a trip to France, which by the way, I saved up many years for that. And that money, most of it wasn't even mine. It was money I inherited from my mom passing. People will say, oh, you're so lucky you got to go on a vacation and because they have never been on a vacation. And I feel really sorry for them. They've never been on a vacation. But I want to help all of you to go on all the vacations you want to manifest. So I have created a new class that I'm teaching live on December 2nd, which is a Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Coast time, Pacific LA time. I'm not in LA, but it's LA time. It's a 3-hour workshop called Quantum Manifestation, Easily Achieve All Your Hopes and Dreams and Needs and Wants. That is what I'm going to teach you. And the difference between me and these other people out there is I'm going to give you the whole hot fudge sundae in 3 hours. I've taken all the things that I've learned in all the years that I've tried to manifest, which I finally figured out, and I started manifesting awesomeness starting in about 2002, 2000, something like that. I want to say like 2000, beginning of 2002 is when I started to really just take off with the manifesting, and I haven't stopped since. Now I just, if I want something, boing, and I get it really quick and easy. And that is because I spent, starting in my early 20s, many, many years studying all these. Actually, that's wrong. I take it back. I started studying this in my late teens because I was in college. And so I was probably 17, 18 when I started studying all these things. So starting at about 17, 18 years old, I'm going to be 58 on Monday. Monday's my birthday. I'm going to be 58. And so I've been studying all of these things for all of this time. And as a result, I just manifest like this. And I taught my little daughter, who's now an adult, she's in her 20s. I taught her how to do this stuff, and she's even more awesome than I am. She just kicks butt at manifesting. She wants something and boing, there it is. So I have taken all of what I've learned and put it into one comprehensive 3-hour class. It's going to be live. And the reason you'd want to be on the live is because you'll get a chance to ask me a question at the end live on there. However, if you cannot attend the live, do not worry, because you won't lose anything. You won't lose anything because this is going to be recorded, and I am going to make it available to you to listen to forever until I decide to take it down, which probably won't be for who knows how many years or months. I mean, some of my classes I have up on Learn It Live for 3 years now. So it'll be up there for you to listen to again and again and again and again. And I'm only charging, well, first of all, before I tell you how much I'm charging, because I'm not charging even 1/10 of what other people are charging, because I'm not about the money. I'm all about providing value and helping humanity, but I also have to pay my bills and live and have food and eat and not live on the streets. So I've got to charge something. But let me tell you what you're going to learn. What are you going to learn in this class? Like, why, if you're sitting there going, why should I take Kimberly's class? What is the benefit for me? Well, you're going to find out why the law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, Bob Proctor, and The Secret doesn't work for everyone, because it doesn't. I took all those classes and they didn't work for me at all. Never. And I want you to know I'm a really good student and I'm a really good patient. I do, when a doctor or anyone says, do this, do this, do this, or a coach or anybody tells me do these things, I do it. When an expert tells me, or somebody I perceive as an expert tells me to do something, I do it. I did all their steps. They didn't work. Okay. You're going to find out why they didn't work in this class. You're going to find out why you personally have not been able to achieve your goals and dreams in the first place, and learn what has been blocking you from achieving your goals and dreams in the first place. You're going to learn step-by-step practical methods for manifestation that you can start using literally today to manifest your hopes, your dreams, your wants, your needs. You're going to learn how to manifest in your sleep and use your dream time for manifesting. You're going to learn extra tools you can use in addition to the daily steps that I'm going to give you that will give your manifesting a quantum level boost. And we call this class Quantum Manifestation because we are utilizing the energy of the quantum field for all of this. And best of all, you're going to learn how to keep everything you have manifested, because yes, people lose the money, the house, the girlfriend, the car. That's why they have country music songs. You know, the old joke that you play a country music song backwards and the guy gets back the dog, the car, the house, the job, the girlfriend, the bank account. So you are going, and this is something that I've never seen anybody teach in a manifestation course that I've taught, is how to keep it all. How do you keep everything once you've manifested it? Because you have no idea all the people I personally have met who won lotteries and lost their shirt, got a new house, lost it, got the boyfriend, lost it, broke up with their husband, whatever, everything that they were taught how to manifest, and they manifested and they were all happy about it. A year later, it's gone. I've seen it happen over and over. And it's usually within 1 to a couple years that it happens too. It's pretty pathetic. So you're going to learn how to manifest it and keep it forever. What you will not find in my teleseminar is I will not sell you into yet another manifesting program for bigger money. I will not upsell you into any programs. About the only thing which I tell everybody straight out all the time is I'm an expert at helping as a metaphysician and a spiritual psychic person. I'm able to diagnose what your blocks are and help you clear them. So if you do all the manifesting techniques I teach you in my workshop, in my seminar, if you do them all, like everything, just like I say, and you still are having a problem, it means that you are blocked like crazy. So then you would come to me for one session, which, all know I charge only $177 when I have friends that are charging $500 an hour. I still keep my prices low at $177. My shrink charges me double this. Okay. So I am the best bargain in town, I guess. I pay $300 an hour for a shrink. So for $177, you come and you have a session and we clear all your blocks. They're gone. In fact, lately I've been getting testimonials from people getting their dream jobs. I had 2 women in a row, one who got her dream job the day after I cleared her, and she'd been trying for 3 years. The second lady, I don't remember what all her thing was, but she wrote me a whole long letter that I got today, basically saying that she got a new job, she got promoted, or they hired her back for an old job that she was all excited about. They promoted her, they gave her a raise, and yada, da, 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 and just going on and on about wonderful things. So when I clear people, it's the real deal and it sticks. You wind up having extraordinary positive changes. What those are going to be, I cannot tell you because that's unique to each person. But everybody has positive changes after they get cleared in a session. So what you won't get in this teleseminar is I'm not going to sell you into another $5,000 manifestation program, because I don't even do anything like that. I don't offer anything that's thousands of dollars. Everything I do, all my classes are like $30, $70, $100. I mean, I'm here to help humanity and also pay my bills and live. That's it. I'm not here to become a multi-billionaire off of people. I'm not here to be a world-renowned famous person and sign one of those Luciferian contracts and blah, blah, blah. I'm not here for that. Okay. I'm not going to bend your ear with overwhelming information that you are not going to have time to implement. So I'm not going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff that you become like totally overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, I don't understand what Kimberly is saying to me and I can't do this. And it's just too hard. Oh, I'm buried. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to you because I've taken classes like that. I have taken those classes and it makes me really anxious. I have gotten over, I've healed myself for the most part from an anxiety disorder that I had going back to birth. And things like that make me anxious. And I have a lot of clients who have anxiety disorders. And the last thing you're going to get from me, being an experiencer of anxiety, is to dump all kinds of heavy crap on you that's going to make you anxious. So everything in this class is going to be light and fluffy, and it's not going to freak you out or scare you. Nothing scary, nothing fear-based. There will not be any negative talk in this seminar. There won't be anything fear-based, no scare tactics. I'm not going to give you tons of videos to watch. A lot of these courses, you have to do a weekly manifestation class and you're watching a video every week and doing homework. This is just one 3-hour class with me. and that's it. And you're done. You've got everything after this one class. You've got literally all the toolbox full of stuff that you need to manifest away. So you're not going to be given a list of books to read. You're going to be given 0 books to read. I'm not going to recommend. In fact, if you text me or message me after this course and you tell me what are some, or ask me what are books on manifesting you recommend, I'm going to tell you 0. You know why? Because I've already read all of the books. I've read every manifesting book known to man, and they didn't work for me. Okay. I'm not going to say they're bullshit, because that wouldn't be nice, because there's people out there who they do work for. I have friends who have used some of those books and said, hey, this book is awesome. It worked really good for me. Every person is unique. So I'm not going to put down other people's books. I'm just sharing my experience. My experience is I have a stack this high of manifesting books going back to age 17. And none of them worked for me. So I had to create my own program that was mostly downloaded from the boss. In fact, just to tell you guys all this, I went through, when I went to France, I got activations, huge activations. And then I came back and got more activations from other healers. And as a result, now I am downloading information 100 times quicker than I ever had before. It used to take me months to create one class, months to create one class. It would take me years to write a book and 1 month to create or months to create a class. This class downloaded and got written out in 1 week, because majority of the info is just stuff I already knew, that I've already been doing for myself every day and manifesting like crazy. And then the rest came from the boss. He just flowed the information through me beautifully. And it came through me quicker than any time in history that I've ever downloaded information, because of all the activations that I've received and all the upgrades that I've gotten. I'm upgraded to a point where everything is just clear and flowing and amazing. Okay, what I promise that you will get from this class, since I'm not going to give you all that other crappy stuff like upselling you and tons of videos and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what I promise you are going to get positive and uplifting information that will help you transform your life. You're going to get easy instruction and a simple plan that you can literally start using immediately the same day that you do the class. You're going to get a lot of empowerment to make your dreams and goals happen easier. And you're going to get instruction for how to manifest in a minimal amount of time. You're going to get question and answer session at the end. And for those of you who can't be on the live, you will be able to message me after you take your class. You can email me anytime and say, hey, Kimberly, what about this? Whatever, or how many times should I say this one mantra, or, something like that. You can send me your questions afterwards. No problem at all. I'll answer them. If you ask me too many questions, I'm going to make you schedule a private session. If you ask me 1 or 2, quick questions, happy to answer it. And the same goes in the Collab class. If you're going to ask a bunch of questions, I'm going to make you go do a private session. That's only fair, because I'm not going to spend an hour answering the questions. But that last thing that I promise you're going to get is it's going to be super fun, and you will learn. I promise you're going to learn new things that are not in other people's manifesting courses. And I know that for a fact, because I've taken all their manifesting courses, and I'm putting stuff in there that aren't in those other manifesting courses. So the investment in yourself for this is only $111. It's priceless value. And if you're a member of Learn It Live, it's only $94, which is really cool. I think it's like, $94 if you're a Learn It Live member, because this is through Learn It Live platform. It's not my company. It's a learning platform. And I will have the link to sign up for this class in the description below, but it's also on my website. So if for some reason you missed the description or can't get it to work, you go to Spiritual Growth Journeys, like the name, you go to spiritualgrowthjourneys.com, and I have a classes page, and I have all 10 or more of my classes listed on there. I've got lots of pre-recorded classes that I've taught on everything from how to be your own psychic and use a pendulum to past life regression, and all kinds of other goodies. So I am going to offer you guys all a special deal, and this is only good through this special deal is only good until December 2nd when I have the class, because I teach the class December 2nd. If you sign up for this class before December 2nd, I will give you my past life regression class, which is already pre-recorded. It's $77. I will give it to you for free. All you have to do is register for my class, send me an email at kimpalm@outlook.com. It's KIMPALM @outlook.com. Send me a message and send me a copy of your receipt showing me that and basically you can just forward your email that you get from Learn It Live, because they send you a confirmation email. Just forward it to me, and I will send you a link with a special code to get my past life regression pre-recorded thing for free. And that thing is cool because you can go in and look at all your past lives over and over again as many times as you want. Once you have that recording, you can go in and see all kinds of stuff. So that is my offer to you. So that is a $77 value. So this class is costing you pennies on the dollar, or hardly anything, for a lifetime of being able to manifest. Because once you learn these skills, you will be able to manifest this stuff literally the rest of your life. So I hope this is something that you all, will take me up on this offer and join me, because I really am doing this for you all. And just so you all know, I've been wanting to create a manifesting course now for several years, because I've known all this info for a very long time. And I've been wanting to make this class for years, but I never could get myself to do it, because I felt like it was going to take me literally months to create it. And I just wasn't ready to do another 6 months long of creating a class thing. And the only reason I did this is because when I went to France and I got my upgrades, I was told by the boss that I had to teach this class now, that I had to do it now, and that it was going to all come through, and it was going to be simple, and I was going to get it all done, and it wasn't going to take me months. And so that is the reason why I'm doing this, because I didn't want to sit and spend 5-6 months creating a proper because I'm a perfectionist, and when I do stuff, I will do it over and over and over again until I get it the way I want it. And this particular course, if I would have done this course a year ago or so, it would have taken me 6 months to create it. And instead it took me a week, because he gave me the info and it came through me really fast, faster than I've ever had something come through. And thanks to all those beautiful upgrades in south of France. So, and from the ladies that worked with me, I had 3 beautiful, wonderful ladies work on me when I came home. And as a result of that, it just opened me up to a huge flow of information, like abundance of information. What we called a mind explosion, kind of like a volcanic mind explosion of information. So I will put the link below, and like I said, just email me for your free gift. You can also email me through my website contact form. I have a contact form on there, and say you want the free gift. You signed up, and send a copy of your receipt from signing up for the manifestation course. And I will look forward to seeing you all on the class, and make sure you like and share this video with anybody you think might be interested in manifesting. And make sure that when you say abundance and you use that word, that you use it specifically for an abundance of what? An abundance of what? Abundance of misery, abundance of darkness, abundance of destruction. What do you want an abundance of? I personally myself want an abundance of love, health, happiness, joy, prosperity, feeling good, wonderful friends, delicious food, an abundance of warm bedding, to sleep with, an abundance of nice clothes, abundance of gas in my car. I am very specific, and you should be too. And that is my biggest tip I can give you all today with much love. See you next time.